All right, let's get started here. I'll first open up and welcome everyone to the last day of the CRIO Partner Expo, day 4. Today's focus is on site operations support. We're first going to hear from Gerritsen at UniTriTeam. She's going to talk to us about staff augmentation support and CRIO implementation support. Later on, we have some pre-screening tools from Anato we're going to hear about. We're going to hear from Healthcare Business Associates for business development support. And then lastly, we will hear from Christy with Clinical Research Billing for financial support. So a good, fun day, few hours, I guess, here for the CRIO Partner Expo Day 4. So Allie, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to give a brief intro on UniTriTeam and who we are, and then really go through a few case studies, prompt any questions you may have as well. But appreciate CRIO for putting this on and allowing us to tell you a little bit about what we do. With that being said, I'm going to move forward here and I'll give you a brief background. Myself, I'm Ali Gerritsen, and my business partner is Jenna Lynch. We co-founded UniTriTeam in 2021. We both have clinical research site experience. So I think what makes us unique is myself, I was a COO and site president of Artemis Institute for Clinical Research. We're a small multi-site network in Southern California. Jenna joined me there as our chief people officer. We were acquired by Headlands in 2021. I stayed on to run Artemis as the site president. I also ran Headlands centralized patient recruitment. So I have a lot of experience about what sites need, their pain points. And Jenna has been a chief people officer for a number of years. And our focus is really on a win-win experience for our people, our global staff, team members, and our clients. And so we provide cost-effective global professionals that have clinical research experience, medical expertise. So I'll talk a little bit about that. We like to connect these incredible team members with companies here in the US. We have a focus on clinical research and medical industry with our backgrounds. And really, our focus is creating that win-win-win experience for everyone. So our goals for sites from an operational standpoint are how do we scale more efficiently and well? So we're looking at optimizing and scaling efficiently, whether that's with global team members, the use of technology like CRIO, how to optimize that technology and automate manual business processes. So that's really what we're looking at. And I'm going to spend most of my time today talking about a few case studies and highlighting how we've been able to support a variety of sites. The first is EDC staff augmentation. This is an area we focus on quite significantly. It's something that, frankly, I started when I was at Artemis, realizing kind of the burden and pain that the CRCs were experiencing. And there are revenue generating staff members, right? We want them seeing patients. And the more patients they see, the more revenue we can generate as a site, the more we're meeting enrollment goals. And so the documentation is just, as we all know, valuable time away from patient-facing activities. So even when I was at the sites, brought in global resources to help support the CRCs. We have them entering data into different EDC platforms. We maintain that within 24 hours. They help monitor and resolve queries. And really, they're an extension of the team, which is key. We want them treated like any other team member, but they're very affordable. So the impact we've seen is more revenue generating patient visits, improved protocol adherence, and it's really a cost-effective solution. You're spending a fraction of the cost that you would on US-based resources, and these folks are technical, they're trained, and they're embedded into your team just like any other staff member. The next is patient recruitment augmentation. So Again, patient recruitment is one of the biggest bottlenecks in clinical research. We have to staff or have to fill these slots as quickly as possible. We're usually often sprinting for trials like vaccine trials to hit those enrollment goals as quickly as possible. And so we are able to augment teams with additional patient recruitment staff. These are people on the phones screening. They have medical backgrounds. They understand what the patients are talking about. Many of them have worked in medical environments before, in clinical research environments before. And so we use these folks to help augment patient recruitment teams. And again, we're doing it at a fraction of the cost. So there's significant time away from the CRCs if your CRCs are recruiting and you don't have dedicated patient recruitment specialists. If you do have dedicated patient recruitment specialists, they can help with admin support, like entering all the information into sponsor portals, because as we know, they're not connected still, and there's no APIs. So they can help with data entry, they can get on the phones. And really, we're improving the data that the sponsors are seeing and being more timely. So the sponsor experience is improved, and we're scheduling more patients. And so we've seen the ROI on the cost to scheduling be 5 times at the number of sites that we're doing this at. All right, a couple tech things that we'll talk about too, and then I'll pause for any audience questions or comments. But the other piece that we do, so we focused on the staff augmentation first and kind of highlighting a few of the areas we're able to support. The other piece that we're able to support is really being the I would say the CTO or technical advisor to the sites. We don't sell software. I'm not pushing a specific software. We're a CRIO preferred partner, obviously. We're a Salesforce preferred partner. We implement a variety of different technologies after understanding your requirements. And so we can help just streamline and optimize your tech stack. One example of how we're able to support a site is by using AI, of Facebook Messenger and CRIO, um, as you'll see here shortly, to deliver this rapid responding to potential patients. So really, they're responding through Facebook Messenger to a Facebook ad, right? Many of you guys are doing Instagram ads, Facebook ads. So when they're responding, they're texted immediately by our AI bot. That information is actually entered into the CRM, whether that's Salesforce, CRIO, whatever. But all of the information that you're gathering is entered there, and then it's actually prompting them to set up time to schedule with a patient recruiter. So many ads in our experience, we've had a lot of CNS studies. Many folks are responding to these ads at midnight, 1 a.m. So this is allowing us to collect information in real time. So that 24/7 response time to patients that may be up, may be looking for information when we don't have patient recruiters available, and they're able to respond within the same method, Facebook Messenger, for instance, that they are seeing the ads. And so we're seeing an increase in screens, and those knockout questions are handled really quickly, reducing the time the patient recruiters have to be on the phone with patients that may or may not qualify pretty early on. So we've seen that be a win. The other piece is no-show automation. And so this is something that happens often. As you all know, the patients no-show, we might mark them as no-show in CRIO, in clinical conductor, in whatever form that forum that you're using. And that pushes that notification to Salesforce immediately. Because we use Salesforce at this particular site, we're automating text messages, we're automating emails, and we're actually automating an AI outbound phone call to that patient so that we can get them to reschedule, understand where they're at, help them with directions, and all of this without the use of an actual human intervention. The next step is we're actually exposing the CRIO schedule to allow patients to reschedule directly. So the idea is minimizing what is constant pain and allowing for that rapid response time to the patient so that you're not losing out on a really qualified patient. And we're not using that human that takes time, right? If we market it no show, they might take 15 minutes to see it, right? They might take time, they might be on a call with another patient. So the idea is this real time or near real time contact helps those patients reschedule, and we're catching them before it's too late. So that's UniTriTeam in a nutshell. I wanted to focus on the case studies, but really our job and our goal and our passion for clinical research is to help sites do things better, scale more efficiently, optimize your performance, and be able to be a better partner to our sponsors and to our patients. So with that said, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and just see if there's any questions, if that's okay, guys, from the audience that I'm happy to answer during this time. There's one in the chat, so I assume the staff you provide go on the site's DOA logs, correct? That is correct. Yeah, they go through all of the training. They're on the DOA. That's why CRIO, because of everything being electronic, right, is extremely important. So they're can log in from anywhere. We don't work with one specific country. We have people in over 40 countries, so we find the right staff member that fits your needs. So we don't have like a hub in a specific country. But yes, they provide, everything goes on the site's DOA. Is there any other questions? Yeah, yeah. Sites can choose to participate in the AI feature only. So we are, it's not like a package or a service that you sign up for. You can choose to work with us in any capacity. So there's sites that work with us directly for, technology best practices and implementation. I don't charge for my time. We consult, we can give um, consulting overviews and things like that to kind of help provide some guidance. I'm at no charge too, but really only if you need our help to implement any technology or you choose to have a try the staff augmentation, then we can do that. We don't lock people in long-term contracts. You can literally cancel at any time. So what kind of sets us apart is there's no upfront fees. There's no cancel. You can cancel at any time. There's no long-term agreement, and we have talented folks on our team that have worked in industry. So it helps the learning curve.
All right. Well, if you do, you can always find UniTriTeam in the CRIO partner directory and feel free to shoot them an inquiry via the contact us button. All right.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate your time
Well,
today.
thank you so much. Great hearing from you.